Hey, welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. Good morning to my subscribers in the Philippines. Good evening to my subscribers in America and beyond. Special welcome to my new viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. However you found me, I'm so thankful. My little channel is growing, my views are growing, and I'm just so glad that people can relate to my content, because I'm just giving you the nitty gritty. I'm not going to sugarcoat this stuff because it's not going to help you, especially for what I'm going to talk about today. A lot of guys have been emailing me, they're licking their chops, they want to come over, and a lot of comments, everybody's worried about the crime over here. Is it safe in the Philippines? And I've touched on this on some of my videos, but I never did just a full video on how safe the Philippines really is. It's funny that I even got that comment today under one of my videos. I think it was the dark side of the Philippines, why foreigners are not choosing this as a destination, a retirement destination. And I listed like 5 or 6 different reasons. Most of it's like, the dollar's falling and, it's so far away, stuff like that. And he put under there crime, and this is going to shock you right here. The Philippines, in a recent Gallup poll, the American Gallup poll, Philippines was ranked the 12th safest country in the world. It tied with Australia, New Zealand, Poland, but that shouldn't shock you, What should surprise you is this. Why is there so much crime in America? This civilized nation that's, the richest nation that's ever existed. See, that's what should surprise you. I'm safer here than I am in America. 10 times safer, guys. I'm telling you now. In my 11 years of being affiliated with the Philippines, I've never had anything that comes even close to crime happening to me, anything bad happening to me. See, the crime that you're most likely to encounter is going to come from the woman you're chatting with right now. That's about as bad as it gets over here, really. But I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. When you get off that plane in Manila, you get off that plane in Cebu, here's what's going to greet you, man. Smiling faces, warm faces. You're going to get a warm welcome from good people who are doing their absolute best, under some trying circumstances over here, man. To your benefit, a lot of them have, they've accepted their fate. You're not going to see mobs of Filipinos roaming the streets looking for foreigners to rob, looking for rich people to rob, man. That's not the boots on the ground experience over here, even in Manila. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. When a foreigner gets killed over here, especially American, it's front page news. So if you pick up the Manila Times today, there's no American on there got killed. And when we do get killed over here, it's always an inside job. Does it ever happen where we just get killed randomly? Yeah, being in the wrong place at the wrong time, But it's front page news over here. It's usually the wife has something to do with one of the family members. We trusted the wrong person. We hired the wrong person. We let the wrong person in our house. See, but most of the time what's going to happen is Filipinos leave you alone. They roll out the brightest red carpet for you. Even the criminals treat you, man, with love and respect over here, believe it or not. Because there's money over here already, guys. That's what I be trying to tell y'all. I've got a video called Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise, man. There's money over here already. See, the Philippines, this isn't Haiti. Yeah, the Philippines is a so-called third world country, man, but this is a first-class third world country. As a matter of fact, on that sort of list, the Philippines is 36 on the list, man. It's way down there. Yeah, it's places where you go, Tondo and different slums and in different provinces somewhere where you're going to see that sort of third world existence, man. But it's tricky over here. The Philippines is a unicorn. I always use that word because, man, some places over here, it seems like I'm at home. I might as well be at home. In some places, you say, hey, man, am I in Europe? And then some places you be like, yeah, this is a third world country. But the Filipinos, they're going to leave you alone. They're not going to force their culture on you. They're not going to make you learn their language. They're not going to make you learn their traditions and stuff like that, like we do. See, you're not going to have any problems, man. Let me give you some boots on the ground facts. Okay, Manila has because I have to give you some facts. I don't want to make it boring, but I have to give you some facts. Manila has a crime rating of 75. Metro Manila. You know, up by Cavite and Quezon City and all them places like that. Metro Manila has a crime index of 75. You know, it's because, guess what, y'all? And you can look this up if you want to. This is something that I've known a long time ago. When the Army of Engineers, because it was the United States that designed Manila to look the way it looks today. They were going to make it the Los Angeles of Southeast Asia. That's just a fact. I'm not making this up. But it was designed for about 800,000 people. Now there's anywhere from 20 to 25 million people living in that place, man. So you got some desperate people up there. But guess what? If you use that same common sense that's carried you thus far, because most of us that watching this, they're in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, some even 80s, you're not going to have any problems. When you get off the plane in Manila, don't go to Tondo at 1 o'clock in the morning looking for change for a 1,000 peso bill. Don't do it. Okay? I lived in Cebu for 2 years. Man, I'm telling you something. That's the big city. I liken it to like Chicago. You know, it's got like 5 or 6 million people. Now, the crime is not as bad there as in Chicago. Nowhere near it. But I'm just telling you that I don't care if you live in a city, the province, a municipality, one of these second-class cities like I do. No one's going to bother you if you use your due diligence, if you use your common sense. Back to the crime rate, it's 75 in Manila, and yet you don't read about and hear about foreigners getting rolled all the time, getting their houses burglarized and all of that. Does it happen? Yeah, it happens, but it's usually an inside job, just like it is in America, where the victims and the perpetrators are in close proximity to each other, guys. They know, if they don't know each other, they know of each other. And it's the same thing over here. Black men aren't getting on planes coming over here killing Filipinos. Filipinos are killing Filipinos over here, guys, okay? Let's just be, you know, real about the situation, man. You know, now where I live in San Carlos City, the crime rating is 25, guys. It's one of the lowest in the Philippines. Crime is almost non-existent. And it's like that all around the Philippines once you get out of these metropolis cities, Manila and Cebu. See, you go down to Davao, and that's one of the major places where foreigners live. Man, you ain't gonna have no problem, man. Duterte already cleaned that up before he left. Then he left his daughter in charge. They call it the city of law and order. You know, and I say this again, most Filipinos over here have accepted their fate. You're not going to see mobs of Filipinos roaming the streets looking to rob you. Man, let me tell you something. Listen to me good. And I'm not a know-it-all, but I get excited about this because, you know, some of y'all scare me. Y'all know less about the Philippines right now in 2020 than I did in 2009 when I knew absolutely nothing. Stop listening to these myths and this gossip and these rumors. It's BS, man. Foreigners don't have a problem over here. They're going to get your money one way or the other over here. The legal way, see? The criminal that you have to worry about, you're chatting with her right now. She's on that dating site. She's on Facebook. That's the only criminal that you got to worry about. That's the one that's going to pick your pocket. That's the one that's going to rob you. And more than likely, kill you if you get killed over here. Like an American that just got killed in Bahal last month. It was his wife. You know, they had a history of arguing and stuff together. You know, she stabbed him in the neck with a damn ice pick. You know, it wasn't some bad guy out on the street. You know, when we get killed over here, guys, it's because, number one, we crossed that boundary. Remember, we're guests over here. You got to come over here, respect the people, respect the culture, keep a low profile, and stay off the radar. But when you start crossing the boundary, you disrespect a businessman. You disrespect a Filipino man in front of his family. You disrespect somebody's mother. You mistreat somebody's daughter. You're asking for it. See? Yeah, you're asking for it. Or the big one. You come over here and you go in direct competition with the local Filipino in business or something like that. See, you deserve to be killed. In my opinion, you deserve to be shot down because you're unthinking. Now, if you can come over here and you can offer something the Filipino can't offer, or you can do something that the Filipino can't do, which is absolutely impossible almost impossible. It's not impossible. Then why not? But what most of us do, because we're arrogant Westerners, we come over here and want to go in direct competition with a man who's already having a hard enough time struggling putting food on his table. You're taking table off his food. It's hard enough trying to maintain it. You need to be shot down. Because you're stupid and you come over here with that stupid stuff. But recently, because I'm going to tell you something, man, and they can get you. People know where you are. You're not invisible over here. If they want to rob you, they know exactly where you are. The police know where you are. The criminals know where you are. The army knows where you are. That's why when foreigners over here get killed, they know your routine. A good guy though. This guy was a good guy. I don't know his situation. They haven't found anybody who killed him yet, but they knew that he jogged every morning at 5:30. Guess what? When he went out on his morning jog, there was somebody waiting up with him on a motorcycle. It's a tandem. They shot him in his head, shot him in his neck, and they killed him. I don't know what he did, but he did something. See? He did something. He crossed the boundary over here, but they know where you are, man. If they want to rob you, if they want to shoot you and kill you and burglarize you, they know where you are. When we get robbed over here, when we get shot, when we get killed, they know who it is. It's somebody we've been in contact with, the wife, her family, somebody we done employed, somebody we done trusted, somebody we done let into our small circle. See, because that's what I tell you, that's one of the ways to protect yourself. Keep a small circle here, but it's somebody like that. Give you another example of what I'm talking about businessmen coming over here, going in direct contact. Now, the Philippines has some of the greatest bakeries, delicious bakeries. I'm not talking about some third world. I'm talking about this is first class stuff over here. So they don't need you coming over here selling cookies and selling cupcakes and all that. But this American thought it was a good idea to do that. Well, guess what? They watched him and knew his routine. Eventually, on one of them days he went around to collect his money. They killed him. Well, guess what? They didn't touch his wife. They took 250,000 pesos from him, which is a fortune over here, about $5,000. So look, are you safe over here? An emphatic yes. Does crime happen to us over here? Yes. Will it happen to you? More than likely not. Is the Philippines safer than the United States? Absolutely. When you look at the Philippines being this third world country and America being this so-called richest nation in the world. Why is there so much crime over there? That's what we should be asking ourselves. Am I safe in America? See? And for me, I'm going to give you the nitty gritty. I'm not safe over there, but I'm safe here, man. I'm safe here. No, in my 11 years here, nothing that even resembles trouble, guys. Even the bad guys roll out the red carpet for me. You know why? Because when I first came over here, this is something that I knew, and this, I'll say this and I'll let you go. And it's this. I couldn't tell the good guys from the bad guys. So guess what? I treated everybody with love, kindness, and respect. And that's what I'm going to suggest you do. Because the only ones that have trouble over here is you arrogant foreigners that come over, arrogant Americans come over thinking that you can run the Philippines. Oh, I can handle the Philippines with one hand tab and hand your back. Yeah, and they're going to send you home in a casket like they did the good guy. He's a good guy, man, but guess what? He got drunk down in Dumaguete. He was a professor at Silliman University, man, but he got drunk. That was his first mistake. At the bar, challenged a Filipino, came outside, and guess what? They beat him to death. You know, condolences to his family, man. I'm not condoning that stuff. I'm just saying, we got to use due diligence over here. We got to use the common sense that's carried us this long, guys. So thank you for stopping by. But when you come over here, don't worry about getting robbed. don't worry about nobody shooting you down. It's not going to happen. You're more likely to get shot in your own country than you will over here. These people are nice. They welcome you here. They love you. They know that they're going to get your money anyway. We spend our money like it's going out of style over here. And one last thing. The only criminal that you got to worry about is the one that you're chatting with right now. The one that you're messaging with, sending your money to already. She's going to pickpocket you. She's going to rob you. She's going to bankrupt you. Not the bad guy over here. Not the criminal over here, guys. So if you're in America, first of all, thanks for stopping by my channel. I apologize. Like I said, I get excited sometimes. And I ain't gonna apologize no more. But if you're in America, it's getting late. Before you let your head hit the pillow, please help somebody, man. If you don't want them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, and you see somebody in the street, man, it's a pandemic, man. People are struggling. Buy them something to eat. Buy them something to drink. Give them a couple of dollars. If you're in the Philippines, I guess it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. We got all the rest of the day to find somebody to help. If you think the pandemic's been bad in your country, man, this did a whammy over here. We need to find somebody to help today. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free, and I'll see you next time.